Assuming this audio is fine. Is this too loud? Maybe we'll drop it. Like these sound effects are loud. Okay, we're back. 3. By back, I mean we're here with 3. I've not played this game. We got Kogasa back. Momiji has disappeared. Guys, it's over. And Kogasa is held responsible. Sorry reservations, Ai has no choice but to take her on her defense. As well as her first trial without Momiji. Dude, we're cooked. We don't have Momiji. How can we win? We don't have the brains of the squad. Like, how am I supposed to win? Where am I? See, that's why they took her out. Whoever's the culprit here took out Momiji because they knew that if they get rid of Momiji, they can win every trial. I just don't know. Ow, ow, I'm scraped all over too. I was trying to retrace my steps for now. First of all, Miss Kogasa spoke to me, and then... They're not giving me much information. Hey, excuse me, have you seen Momiji around lately? No, I haven't seen her for days. Wow, reuse sprites, reuse character sprites. I haven't seen her for days. Oh, okay. Well, I'll just be on my way. Wait, hold on. Yeah? That means you haven't seen her at all either? She hasn't been over to play shogi in a while. Or, well, she hasn't been to my office in a few days. I see. Momiji, where have you gone? She's dead. I wish I knew. At that time, I Shimaru, had no idea what strange events I'd soon be dragged to. Are we back to this? Faces. About the same year, so we probably shouldn't see new games. Just up through Touhou 12. Oh, we're back to the time. Gotta pop up everything, March 23rd. Gotta pop up everything in as slow as possible. 11, we're cooked. We don't have Momiji. First get to the court defendant lobby. Ugh. Momiji isn't here. I'm feeling conflicted about this case. Pretend you to be the judge this time. I think it was only yesterday. An unexpected guest appeared out of the blue. Are we getting more of this, like, this Aya narration? We only really had this in the one side story we just did. Good day, Miss Shimaru. Oh, what brings you here, Sakia? Miss Momiji has not been seen in quite some time, has she? I guess that's true. We believe we have found the one responsible. He is being detained at the Scarlet Devil Mansion. What? But I thought we weren't doing trials anymore. Why come all this way to me? Or why are you acting like the police again? Oh, well, it seems that when Miss Patchouli took notice of this incident, she convinced the Yama to begin holding trials again. Huh, and you want me to be a lawyer, then? Just so. Tisk. What a time for Momiji to disappear. Huh? Hey, wait a minute. Yes? Did you just say you detained the person by Momiji's disappearance? That's right. And you're putting them on trial. Correct. Wait, you can't mean. As you've said, our suspect has been charged with the abduction of Momiji Inobashiri. We hope you'll be able to take on her defense. Are you crazy? I'm a friend of the victims. Even so, the suspect vehemently denies the charges. You cannot be punished on the basis of suspicion alone, so we hope to settle everything in a trial. Still, there's no one but you we can turn to. Though to be honest, I believe Miss Patchouli doing this to have an opportunity to finally defeat you. Yeah, considering their fucking winless record. Oh, boo-hoo, this is a competition. Till now, all your suspects have been innocent, so of course I had to win. Well, there's no way to know that for sure before a proper trial is held. That's not the point. With things as they are, I guess I don't have a say in the matter. Thank you for your understanding. Ah, come to think of it, Rainbow will have to. This Patchy has already made the arrangements on that front. You really weren't giving me a choice, were you? Now then. So just like that, Ayesha Maimoru, became a defense attorney again. And the defendant is someone who might be behind Momiji's disappearance. Ooh, so this is what the lobby is like. Huh? Kogasa, what are you doing here? What? Aren't I the defendant? Haven't you... I guess you haven't been in the defendant's room before. But you bet you were in the trial before. You are... Ah, come to think of it, they haven't actually told me anything. Eh? Are you gonna be alright? Sure. Now tell me, what did you do with Momiji? It wasn't me! Oh, okay then. I'll defend you. Somehow more anxious than before. Anxiety, huh? Well, it's about to get worse. I've completely forgotten how these trials work. You're so fucking dumb without Momiji around. Is that true? So, Nanoka! Of course it's true. I'm still the pure and honest Ayesha Maimoru. Why does this always happen to me? Now, we have a little time before court opens, so we can review. Suppose that's all we can do. Get this theme again. I've watched a lot of your trials, so I know things, and I found them so interesting that I studied on my own, and I was a part of one. It took your massive Nisha Institute. Kogaga will be your assistant. That's convenient. Never thought that would ever come in handy. So what should I start with? I think you should check the evidence first. That's the most basic thing. There'll be a notebook on the upper right. Yeah. If you click evidence, will come up. See, it does feel familiar. You get used to the corner your opponent. Yeah, press to present. Yeah, mating press. Christmas presents. Yeah, I remember something like that. There's no penalty. Yeah, you have to press it. Yep. Okay, you get ideas, so just keep pressing away. Yep, When you're presenting Christmas presents, you give them stuff. Yep, Yep, you have your health. Yep, 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 answer things right, do the right things. Play won't change anything, you know. Might not change anything, but it makes you feel better. Oh well, you can do as you like. Is that everything? The last thing about getting more evidence. Yeah, okay, there's more. Yep. As trial goes on, more people and evidence involved will come up. Yep. Evidence might be relevant, did be discarded, but it's more likely you'll get more. Yep. I've never played these games before. Everything that comes up in the trial could be related to the case. Oh, that's true. Important to not overlook anything. So, with that said, here's some new evidence. Gusta's own account of her encounter with Momiji. She claims all she did was try to scare her. A low-ranking wolf Tengu who works as my assistant. I've heard you can read Inubashiri Momiji as faithful, but where's she gone? The hapless Umbrella Ghost is today's defendant. She's accused of abducting Momiji, but obviously she denies it, and I have to defend her? Ah, it's almost time. Huh? Already? Please pull yourself together. My fate is in your hands. Hey, I promise I'll do everything I can. That'd be sad. I don't know if she's really innocent. I've got a lot to think about. When have we ever not defended an innocent person? And we have Patchouli rising to the stand. Order, the hearing concerning the abduction of Momiji Inubashiri will now begin. Okay, so chat. Who kidnapped her? Who actually kidnapped Momiji? The criminal's Aya. Momiji ran out because she's always treated badly by Aya. True. Is A, no one the culprit? B, someone the culprit? And she 100%. It's not gonna be Tenchi this fucking early. Not a chance. If you get scared by Kogasa and you run away from her in a fright, and then you fall into something, where did you end up? Oops, I got stuck somewhere. Now read the title of the trial. Did I? I think I did briefly, and I kind of, like, forgot. Scared Umbrella Rhapsody, Exage over. Actually, it's gonna be Iku! Oh my gosh, it's gonna be... We get to see the Iku sprite, guys. Please. Please give me the Iku sprite. Please. Defense, are you prepared? Yes. Moreover, the one you're defending is... I realize the situation I'm in, but this is my responsibility. Seiji wants to get revenge at Kogaga, yeah. Indeed, in that case, let's get the proceedings underway. I feel like after the results of the last game, she might not be as interested in, being involved in the trial system as Tenchi. Assuming the prosecution is ready, of course. Oh. Well, hello there. Naturally, my preparations are complete. You look different. Good, then you may begin. Ahem. It has been 4 days since Momiji Inabashir has gone missing. He was last sighted on the evening of the 19th. 2 separate witnesses attest to this, so the credibility of that information is high. Who are the separate witnesses? Who are the separate witnesses? Incidentally, the injured party is Momiji Inabashiri, but since the missing person obviously cannot make a report, her friend Notori Kawashiro is the plaintiff this time. I see. I hadn't made any report myself, so I was wondering who the plaintiff was. You fucking don't even care about her, Aya. Now this is Nui instead of Patchouli. Yeah. Case outline is rewritten. Miji was last seen 4 days ago in the evening. She had an encounter with Kogasa at the time. 2 separate witnesses attest to this. Who are these witnesses? Plaintiff this time, she's a close friend. Momiji's dearly wishes that she be found safe and sound. The big cheese. I need to Photoshop a picture of cheese. Dude, it matter for color that, so let's hope she never sees this file. The Shinigami who acts as court bailiff, you can try to escape your fate, but there's nowhere to run, even outside the teaser version. Because this is actually the teaser trial in the previous spin-off. This time the trial system was returned thanks to her tireless efforts, so it's her fault I'm going to be getting worked to the bone all the time. Bell Devil Mansion's one-woman workforce. She's obviously a maid, but she also takes charge of all the police work investigations. With that said, I'd like to call on a witness, Your Honor. Who will you be calling? As it stands, we have little to go on. The facts of this case are quite unclear. Well, then how the fuck are we, like, incriminating someone so easily? We have very little to go on, yet we have incriminating evidence that someone is obviously guilty. You're not wrong, I do feel the information we have is very scant. So I believe we should hear the defendant's own account. Unless you have an objection, Miss Attorney. I would have no problem with that. What do you say, defense? Let me think. Doesn't sound like we have better options. I thought you'd agree. I suppose this is not a choice at all, was it? We have to confirm the situation, so I'll cooperate with the prosecution's request. For now. Then it is settled. Bailiff, whack this woman's pee-pee. I escort the defendant to the stand. I'm on it. Now then, defendant, your name and occupation. My name's Kogasa Tatara. I scare people. Ah, the service sector then. Somewhat unusual occupation. Business has been slow lately. People don't scare as easy as they used to. I think maybe it's just you. You've been denying your guilt, so tell us what really happened. I'll be happy to. That way you'll understand I didn't do anything. How's this gonna bite us in the end? I didn't do anything. It's true I met Momiji that day. But we only encountered each other by chance, so I tried to scare her a little. It happened while I was coming back from town. Then we made a bit of small talk, then parted ways. It's absurd to think I did anything. Quite an uneventful tale. I must say, this is exactly the kind of story I expect the culprit to make up. Wait a minute! If you have no proof of her guilt, I'm not sure how to proceed. That's right. Now then, attorney, time for your cross-examination. Yes, I understand. Ah, and I hope you haven't forgotten. There's no proof this one did not abduct Momiji Inabashiri. You understand what I mean by that, right? As I said, I understand. Shut the hell up, woman. Very well, beginning with your cross-examination. What are we what is... It's true I met Momiji that day. Mata! When was that? 'Twas at the brink of twilight. So around this time of year, that'd be 6:30. At this part of the year, a bit too prosaic for my taste, but that sounds right. Thank you. Is there any way you can prove that? That's a hard thing to prove, isn't it? Was a fateful encounter at one of the crossroads of life, you know. Why are we talking like this? I see. I see what you mean. And then you encounter Momiji Inabashiri. That's right, I spotted her in the skies I passed by. Huh? Gosh, if you spoke with Momiji then, can you tell us what she was doing at that time? Not really, I was heading home, so I didn't stay to speak much. I see. The small talk parted ways. I didn't speak much, I made small talk. What was it you talked about? The weather, mostly. Scarlet Weather Rhapsody! Really the smallest of all talk. My lovely weather we're having today. That's what I said. Why do you say that? There's no reason I ever do anything to Momiji. That's so sensual. Whether you have a motive or not will be clarified later. At this stage, it's too early to tell. We'll allow your objection to stand, but we should hear the defendant's claims to the end first. Let's leave it at that. At least she doesn't seem to be lying, but I should still be thorough. Just make clear where we stand, me and Kogasa. Can I believe her and defend her, or can I not? What do you want me to do, game? I gotta check the double press through. Something changed. This test would be credible. There must be no inconsistencies in her story. I asked that she explain what she was doing at the time. Objection sustained. Understood. Please tell us, Kogasa. Oh, I don't know. I don't think it's very interesting, but if you say so. Right, new test book could be added like that, too. I was trying to scare people like usual. I couldn't scare anyone as usual, so I just had to go home. So you were on your way home, is that all? Yes. Typically, I try to scare people in town. Did you meet anyone else that day? Well, I usually try scaring humans, so I met a lot of those. Though none of them were afraid of me. Fishing for sympathy again. Did you meet any non-human, as in yokai like us? Aside from Momiji, not really. What do you mean, not really? It's either yes or no. Someone else passed by, I don't remember them. There's one thing I'm curious about. You mentioned you also try to scare Momiji. Oh, that was like a little treat for me. So I was gonna just head on home. I tried scaring one more person at the very end. And that's how it was? Yes, I just didn't think a detail like that would be important. Let's just sum up everything for the time being. While you're on your way home, you tried scaring Momiji to close out your day. That's all you remember. This is all correct? It is. Please have this put on record, Your Honor. Ugaga's statement is entirely rewritten. Let us stop here. I do not think there is much hope for further discoveries. Do any of you disagree? It is the prosecution's belief that we could press further. However, this is the defense's cross-examination. I realize that, and so I will agree we can leave it at that. For now. Then the cross-examination of the defendant is over. You let that go way too easily. Now then, this all seemed extremely innocuous. The prosecution have another proposal. Of course, I'd like to call another witness. The plaintiff, Nitori Kawashiro. Very well, she may take the stand. Before she does, there's one thing I'd like to confirm. What is it? I would like to make sure if the defense truly believes in the accused's innocence. What the fuck? Surely this is a simple question. To be honest, I still can't be sure at all. Aya, you're so fucking stupid. Gugasa says she has nothing to do with it, and there's no evidence either way. Yeah, if the defense believes the defendant to be guilty, then these proceedings have no meaning. So we should make things clear. Exactly. I see. She allowed things to move on so she could take that approach. The longer this goes on, the more invested I'll get, and the more I'll become I'll become more stubborn about her innocence. If I had to choose now, I'd say I want to believe her, but what is wrong, defense? Yeah, yes, What do you mean I'm gonna say no? Let Kogasa die. I believe that Kogasa told us the whole truth. I thought you would say that. So far, Kogasa doesn't hesitate or refuse to answer a question, so I'll put my trust in her. Well, from my standpoint, if I can't believe in anything from the beginning, I can't get anywhere. Good. Our investigation hasn't turned up much either. So in a sense, we stand on equal footing. It will all come down to which of us can outthink the other. Just how I like it. Yeah, and I don't know how many brain cells they're sharing across the both of them. Excellent. It appears we are all on the same page. Let's continue the hearing. The witness for the prosecution may take the stand. Coming right up. Hey, we're actually seeing Komachi more than, like, the once we saw her previously. Momiji! Have you found Momiji yet? Stay calm, witness. It won't be long. If you don't click, I'll look at that in a minute. Ha, Momiji, where are you? First, tell us your name and occupation. My name's Engineer and Inventor. I'm a Nitori Kawashiro. I believe you have that backwards. Allow me to correct. Your name is Nitori Kawashiro, and you're an engineer and inventor. Tori is in a panic. This could be rough. Hey, Patchy, hurry up and find Momiji already. I said, stay calm. They're holding this trial in an attempt to discover clues. Okay. Momiji is dead. Her blood was discovered. Her arms are disattached from her body. Her stomach is in pieces, and her brain is mangled. Now, have you settled down, witness? I'll manage. Then please give us your testimony. Was it you who intended to tell us? What was it you intended to tell us? Well, she is the plaintiff. She also witnessed an encounter between the suspect and the victim. Truly? Huh? Yeah, I was walking down the road, and Kogasa was like, "Wahaha, this is my perfect opportunity to kidnap Momiji." So I thought she should testify to that setting. Notori has been in every game so far. That's true. So has Aya. And so I thought she should testify to that sighting. Yes, to that sighting. That is an important testimony. If you're prepared, please begin. The umbrella ghost. I think a ghost! It was 4 days ago. Ghost umbrella swallowed Momiji. I saw some materials home that evening. Momiji got kidnapped. Where she's trapped away. She's in one of the Celestial's million of treasures that we created for this. The ghost story. I think the materials home that evening. I happened to look up and saw Momiji talking with someone. I couldn't see who they were very well. They were definitely carrying an umbrella. Yukari or Yuka. Is there any other umbrella wielding characters that we can think of? Surely that can only be Kogasa. True. That all? sorry. I mentioned Yukari and Yuka. Remy? Remy doesn't carry an umbrella, though. She makes Sakuya carry the umbrella, right? No, that's not true. That's not true at all. In the ending scene for USD, she's carrying the umbrella. At least when Reimu's bullying her in the Reimu A ending. So that's actually also true. So Remy, Yukari, and Yuka. I'd put Yukari as suspect number 1, absolutely. Just because it's Yukari. That's all I saw, so hurry up and find Momiji already. Your Honor, as you can see, the witness is quite distraught. I believe we should rule in her favor. I would prefer if this cross-examination was kept to a minimum. Suppose that would be for the best. You try to keep that in mind, defense. This can't be helped. Understood, I'll try to keep it short. That'd be fine, I can avoid future trials by removing Momiji, the ultimate play. It was 4 days ago. No, that's wrong. Notori, the number of days is very important. Are you absolutely sure it was 4 days ago? I pressed enter too many times. There's no doubt about it. Actually, what I want to do... Oh. I do not believe that Kogasa Tatara... Huh? Wait a second. How are you saying you don't believe we're gonna help? They do the trial just ended. We don't have found anything out. I do not believe she would have lied to us. There. I is a coward. The number of days is very important. I'm sure. I began work on a machine that day, and that was 4 days ago. There's no doubt about it. We purchased the parts from Korendo 4 days ago. She purchased the parts from Korendo 4 days ago. It's always Renosuke. We conferred with the shopkeeper there. I see. I was hauling some materials home that evening. Not Renosuke C, it's Renosuku C. Oh. Materials? They were parts for a machine I started making that day. You were carrying these parts. Where were you then? I wasn't too far from Korendo at the time. So you'd be near the force of magic, that's what you mean? That's right. Please tell me more about what happened there. You had to look up. I dropped one of the parts I was carrying, and I saw them after I'd gone to pick it back up. Pick it up then. Pick it back up, yeah. That right the first time. I see. Did you notice anything odd? There's one thing. I couldn't see who they were very well. You couldn't see them. No, they were backlit by the setting sun. I know Momiji well, so I knew it was her from her silhouette. But I couldn't recognize the other person. Someone you don't know much. Right, but you're definitely carrying an umbrella. An umbrella, you say? Yes, I can only see a silhouette. They definitely had an umbrella. So, we know that Kogasa talked with Momiji briefly. And then she interacted with someone with an umbrella. Umbrella? So, how do you explain this? Yes, the testimony seems ironclad. What the fuck are you talking about? An umbrella carrying Rumia ate Momiji. Rumia, have you seen Momiji? Suspicious, Momiji-shaped stomach. No? This testimony is ironclad. I can't fucking possibly think of anyone else who uses an umbrella. Well, you do, defense. Even if you ask me, that... Is this not what you would call conclusive? No one but the defendant could have made such a silhouette. Patchy! What the where is your brain cells? These games are gonna drive me insane. Silhouette? Oh, that's right. It's just a silhouette. I am putting her 2 brain cells at maximum capacity right now. Your Honor! What is it? You're quite loud there. It was a silhouette! Yes? What are you talking about? Don't you get it? All the Tori saw was that person's silhouette. And that's a problem. Why is that? The extreme is simple because silhouette is someone carrying an umbrella, so it could have been. I mean, any of these possibilities are actually correct. Why is Kogas? Why is Yukari not here? Yuka finally mentioned? Do I say Remy or Yuka? Let's see. It could very well have been Yuka Kazami. Or you could have immediately left out. I know. Ah! You know how she is. Never see her without an umbrella. Yes, I think I understand. Could have been the silhouette of someone other than the suspect. That's what you say. I guess a question if you mentioned Remy there is like, if this was at nighttime, like after dusk, why would she have an umbrella with her? Right? Why would she have an umbrella out? Also, Remy doesn't fucking leave the mansion ever. Exactly. It could have also been Remelia, for instance. Okay, never mind. Never mind. What? Huh? It's for cold-blooded Dengu hunting. Am I wrong? She never goes into the sun without a parasol. Can the prosecution confirm? She's not wrong. Well, ignore the fact that we've literally confirmed this is after the sun has set. In that case, the silhouette tells us precious little. All we can say now is the person carried an umbrella. We cannot be certain of who it was as of yet. Shush. Then are we not back to the drawing board? No, not really. That silhouette at least tells us to look for people fond of umbrellas. But wouldn't the culprit realize they might be recognized? Well, if they planned a crime, anyone could have tried using an umbrella to impersonate someone. Maybe the person who with the umbrella that talked to her didn't even do it. I don't think that's the case here. Why do you say that? The crime was premeditated. Care would have been taken not to be care would have been taken not to be seen at all. Is that what you mean? That's right. I do not think I'd be put on the back foot by this testimony alone. Your Honor, there was another person who saw an encounter between the defendant and the victim. I'd like to summon them as a witness. I will allow it. Now, who could it be? Mommy's got an umbrella during rain or uniform forbidden scrolling. It was her. I don't think Mamino existed when this game came out. Although this game has predicted the future, so you know. Thank you, Your Honor. The prosecution calls Hatane? Taters? Who? Yo, hit him with the who. Guys, who's this character? I've never heard of this Tate before. I do not think I've heard that name before. It seems she's been living as a shut-in until now. How convenient. In fact, I've also never heard of her until today. Yo, what characters you got? I'm a big fan of, Luis. Who? She's fucking achy to hit the who. If I might interject, even among us, Why the fuck did this? What the fuck are you? Even among us Krotengu, there are a lot who've never met her. Oh, she's what they call a rare encounter. This is how they try to like get off the fact that like, oh, she's a new character. Ooh. She's what they call a rare encounter. Well, I think she's been going out more lately. How convenient! Ooh. We are drifting off topic. As I said, I call Hatane Himekaido to the stand. Yes, make the arrangements. That's a really good sprite. I mean, generally all the sprites are really good, but... out of the way, you're no longer the best Tengu. Now then, witness your name and occupation. Hatade Himekaido. I write for the Kakashi Spirit News. Damn, that is a fucking great sprite. It's not Iku levels of great, but that is a great sprite. And hey, it's Aya. I had no idea you'd be here. Small world, huh? No way you didn't know. Stop being a pain. I'm getting annoyed already. This is where we hold our court trials. And since I'm the only qualified, I have to take charge of all defenses. Seems my aptitude for interviews was recognized, unlike a certain someone's. Glow while you still can. I'm gonna break a scoop that flew right under your nose, cause I'm the only one who can. What does that mean? What does that even mean? You see... Witness! What? Not something to be discussed so lightly, right? Please do so in the appropriate manner, through testimony. Yeah, I get it. So what will you be testifying about? I watched as Momiji walked up to Kogasa, and then Kogasa said, I'm going to kidnap you, and then kidnapped her. It was unbelievable. I couldn't believe it. It took 4 days for me to report this. So they'd be testifying about it. Mass amnesia incident. Why? What happened between Kogasa and Momiji, of course. That is the truth. This will be significant testimony. And Miss Attorney, please be patient as well. Looks pretty confident. Oh. 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 Some double spoiler songs. Yeah, I can't believe it. No one cares about these songs. Man, it's a fucking banger. This took place in the evening 4 days ago. It appears Kogasa Tatara and Momiji Itabashiri encountered each other by coincidence. That was when the perpetrator, Kogasa, suddenly attacked the victim, Momiji, from behind. Dude, I fucking knew it. Oh my gosh, this is a banger! To be honest, I don't recognize this from Double Spoiler. I just recognize this from, Stack. Katsuki Records. Alright, there's your tape.
is unclear what became of Momiji Inabashiri afterwards, but the police arrest Yugasa Tatara. This is coming to you directly from the scene.
I want to hear that more! The scene. As you can see, the witness is being quite frank. I'm pretty sure she's Satade. The encounter was a coinkydink, but there was an assault. That is what you claim? Perhaps the defendant attacked the first victim she came across. That'd be an unforgivable crime. I agree entirely. Can I begin my cross-examination? Ah yes, we still have to go through that. I wish you the best of luck. Why did you fucking start with this? Yeah, I really am getting annoyed. Oh. Damn. This reminds me of Ben Ben. Ben Ben, Sparkly Strings. Reminds me of that tune. And you're sure about that? What kind of question is that? The answer was 4 days ago, so obviously this happened 4 days ago. Guess so. I'm a witness, right, aren't I? So you should be more polite with me. I don't think I can do that. How do you know that? How would you know that? Well, there's lots of reasons, but the main one is that this happened in the open, where there was witnesses. Explain yourself. I mean, isn't it obvious? You remember where this happened, right? The sky's above the force of magic? Why would somebody wait to jump a person that wide open of space? I guess you wouldn't. So me just the victim of circumstance. Yugasa attacked the first person she encountered, that's what I think. Isn't that a natural conclusion? That's just a theory of yours. The witness told you herself that that is what she thinks. Obviously, we will not treat this as fact. I will definitely, and Aiki, who I've been making out with on the side, will also treat it as fact, but ignore that. Ugh. So I don't like where this is going. Also, you say same joke, Fonzo, when immediately the trial was like, I saw her killing her. She died in front of me. Why from behind? Oh yeah, this is a really complex problem. Let me walk you through it. What's Momiji's day job? She's to look out at the waterfall of the 9 heavens. And how would you escape notice from those eyes that can see 1,000 leagues ahead? You'd have to come from behind. There you have it, QED. Don't get smart with me, you little chick. Hey, hold it. I've got a lot to say. I've got a lot I have to say, so I'll split into 2 questions. Ah, well, what is it? Why is your testimony so dry? And you were watching, weren't you? Why didn't you do anything to help? You asked your 2 questions, so I'll give you 2 answers. Mass amnesia incident. First of all, I'm speaking like this to be objective. That's the basis of all good reporting. Not that you'd know anything about that. As for your second question, I couldn't help cause I'm worthless. A chick that can only just came out of a shell can only chirp for help. What the fuck are we? I'm gonna lose my mind. Would you agree, Miss Reporter? What are you talking about? Shut the fuck up, Patchy! I read that there's certain kinds of birds who, to lead predators away from their nests, deliberately fake injury to draw their attention. What are we doing? Put it bluntly, helpless chicks should just leave everything to their seniors. What are we, what? Yeah, this fucking witness sucks. She's a piece of shit. So let me handle the explanations. You're calling me a kid? From my perspective, you are. I'm a journalist. I've got an obligation to report. In that case, you should know better than to throw away the information you have. You would be casting pearls before swine. Right now, you should know what it is you can say and what it is you cannot. If you understand that, then stop your twittering. Oh my gosh, we're on Twitter? Apache? It's called X nowadays? Whatever. We're done here. Guess I shouldn't take Patchouli lightly. That's a glare that could kill. What the fuck just happened? The scene? Where else would I see that? Yes. What that weird way of talking, reporter, not an announcer. More information, I might have to take a different approach. There's no real contradiction. She's at odds with the record. Maybe I can appeal there. The big cheese. Kagashi Spirit News shut-in. Spirit photography using reporter until now. Wish she just stayed home that day. I guess I should quickly just do this. Witnesses. I mean, it is an obvious rumor where this happened, right? Sometimes the enter button does not like to skip text. The same thing here, yeah. I feel like sometimes I just have to like loop through conversation like that. Oh shit, I popped this icon and the fan is like, you don't want to lose me. Ooh. Your Honor, the witness is ignoring the defendant's presumption of innocence and is already painting her as a criminal. Mr. Legendary Sexy, what are you telling? It's true that this testimony is completely different from the defendant's statement, but guilt cannot be proven with words alone. What are you arguing? Order! Also stand the defense's objection. Witness, be more mindful of what you say and how you say it. Sure, but I don't really have anything else to tell you. In that case, what will you do, defense? You intend to resume the cross-examination, or there further argument you wish to make? One thing I want to clear up. Then speak your mind. What is it that's troubling you? Well, I guess it's about the witness, Atade Mikaido, and her perspective. Perspective? What is it? Is there something on my face? The smug smirk I want to break in half. I cannot blame you. Did you say something, Your Honor? No, or I... Let's pull myself together. Defense! You said something about perspective. That's correct. Don't you think the way this testimony is strange? Be more specific. Specifically, it's I'm afraid I do not understand. If you cannot explain how the testimony is strange, we cannot judge the value of your claim. You can't give me fucking time to speak, woman! feel the same way. Suppose anyone save Satori Komeiji would. You see, in fact, you seem to be struggling. No, it's not that. The words aren't just coming together. You're wasting our time. Your Honor, the defense is blatantly stalling. Objection sustained. Defense, what does you have testimony? What is about the testimony that is strange? Please explain clearly, now. This is where we need Momiji. She would interject and, make everything right. Overruled. It's bad. Even though I know what I'm trying to get at, I can't figure out how to say it. You're so fucking dumb. The natural feeling I had back there. That is, yes, it's the viewpoint for Hitade's testimony. Therefore, my instinct, no, my experience tells me, yeah, something like that. That's something that's beyond me. Miss Attorney? What? Try and speak proper words. And speaking of which, if you're so lost, the judge could give you some choices. Oh, well. What the fuck is this? Hitade's excellent testimony. What the fuck? Okay, switch to the witness statement to strange. Here's about this one. Now, what is the problem here? I'm not so sure myself. Go flat in your face. Are you fine? You piece of shit. What do you mean? Seriously, you almost had me. I'll grant you that. Oh, shit. Please explain for the rest of us. I mean, Patchley made fools of the both of us, Your Honor. Wait, me as well? My, such slander. Ada. You made these decisions of your own free will, so take responsibility for your actions. I'm sure a bookworm like you knows what. Surreptitious? Yeah.
Surreptitious.
Surreptitious. Surreptitiously. Oh, I heard that word. You just use, words. There's tit in that word? That's true. Certainly, but I prefer the term persuasive. Call it whatever you like, you still tried to lure me away from the truth. Your Honor, don't you agree this is a problem? My duty is to open the proceedings and make objective decisions as necessary. And if you do not choose to make your own arguments, then the prosecution is not exactly in the wrong. I suppose. Well, I figured she'd get away with it. Though I will admit I found this rather unpleasant. I'd prefer not be used as a puppet again. Are we clear? I apologize for overstepping my bounds. Let's move on. That's right. Now, the witness's perspective is what started this. I believe this holds to the answer to all our questions. Yes, I begin to see what you mean. I mean, the Himikaido's words and demeanor do not feel like those of an eyewitness. All four options have been false. Probably, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That's pretty obvious what the game's playing at. And that's what you call... That's what you're calling perspective. Yes, that's what I'm getting at. The witness is a Crotengu, like me, and we are both members of the press corps. She writes for the Kakashi newspaper, and that newspaper's main distinction is... spirit photography. Huh? Hey, that's my line. The early bird gets the worm, right? But I will thank you for vouching for her so readily. Wait, was she aiming for this? Allow me to tell you why, Your Honor. The witness did not see the incident as the scene. Thanks to her power of spirit photography, she investigated it on her own. It seems I must get used to the odd witnesses. Don't call me odd! Still, for testimony to be based on spirit photography... Wait, photography? Ooh. guesses as you surmise. The prosecution is ready to submit its evidence. No way! Your photograph was added to the court record. This is making me think that we're gonna see Hatade more in this game. Because, like, these are a lot of themes that they're just kind of, like, busting out for one trial? Either we're gonna get a lot of that, or we're gonna see taters more. Spear photograph is added to court record. What if Kogasa looming over Momiji taken by Hatade with spear photography? But it's a bit out of focus. Momiji, look out. She's flying above Momiji. She must have killed her. Was this truly taken through spear photography? If you have something to say, I'm all ears. What can I say? This is flabbergasting. Huh? Flabbergasting. This is a... You forget where she was. There's some real genuine wonderment there. It switched between I and Taters as defendant. Hard to believe, but even the Yama can be cute. Can you explain what this is? Details are quite difficult to make out. The angle is quite poor, and it's out of focus. You fucking suck, Hatade. Cannot be helped. There are limits to spear photography. If you can tell who's in it, then who cares? Maybe that's good enough for you, but still. I am sure you can tell this is a picture of the defendant approaching the victim from behind. There's no doubt about that. I suppose it has some value as evidence. This is the worst. Okay, she's behind her. This is proof that she killed Momiji. By the way, Miss Attorney, what was it the defendant told us? Huh? That's claim. Surely you haven't forgotten. Yeah, I tried to scare Momiji. It was... She tried to hug Momiji. Yeah, she tried to scare her. Or so she said in her statement. But that's the only thing one in her situation could say, isn't it? Exactly. We'll ignore Kogasa's entire past. I suppose that question was entirely meaningless. We were going to upend here no matter what I picked on. But never mind that. It was as you said, Your Honor. The defendant could not say something damaging in her account, even if it means lying. In other words, this statement has no credibility whatsoever. This is unacceptable. Until we have a verdict, Kogasa is still the defendant, and at this time she's presumed innocent. This point is only be thrown out when it's discredited by evidence. So I would allow that kind of flabbergasting argument. Am I wrong, Your Honor? Yeah? You're asking me? What is it going to be? Certainly. Although, I wish you could not hold my weakness over my head. How dare you blackmail the judge? You're the one trying to twist the truth to fit your case. That's what brought this on. The facts are the facts. Who would ever believe the words of someone who could be the culprit? That's not. That's enough. Ahem. That's enough. Ah, looks like she's back to normal. I apologize for this unsightly scene. Now, let's get the proceedings back on track. While I do not believe they are meant to start this quarrel, prosecution was still out of line. Understood. And there's some truth to what the defense says. While it's true that evidence trumps all, I cannot allow you to decide what the facts are. Between this and the matter after last cross-examination, I may well have to penalize the prosecution. Perhaps I was a little too hasty. plus speed minus defense nature. Indeed, it would be best to proceed calmly. But even so, it is true the defense claims do not have much credibility. We must come to a decision, one way or another. Right. At this rate, we're going to be arguing in circles. You have a suggestion? Yes, the defense requests further testimony. From Hatada Himikaido. No, she can return to a waiting room and stay there. We'll be settling this, huh, Aya? They'll have to wait. You just can beat the shit out of each other after the trial. So, if not her, who will you hear the testimony of? Kogasa Tatara. I want her to take the stand again. For what reason? I may or may not prove, depending. Yes. What will you have her speak of? This is a gamble, but it's my only path to victory. We never truly discussed it, how she attempted to scare Momiji. That exact moment. What? I thought she'd be more surprised, or try to object. Are you wondering why am I not surprised or objecting? It's written all over your face. It's fucking this game, dude. Oh my gosh. Oh! How does she do it? So you allow it just like that? Well, it might make for an entertaining story. That's suspicious, but I don't have another choice. Both sides agree, thus hear the defendant's testimony. Ooh, I was heading home. It was a bit late, so there weren't many people around. That was when I spotted Momiji. So I thought I'd scare her a little. But, I couldn't do it. I see. These details were not in the statement. Is there anything significant about them? You did not demand this testimony as a bluff, or to buy time, right? Obviously, I'd never do that. Allow me to prove it to you. Ugh, now that I said that, I've got to find something, don't I? That is the truth. Is that the truth? Yes, I swear. Your Honor, there'll be no extenuating circumstances, I hope. Naturally, the defendant has told any lies. I'd gladly add perjury to the charges. Good. Aren't I supposed to be the one pressing? How long did you go without meeting anyone? For mid-afternoon, 3 o'clock, I suppose. At this time of year, the sun starts setting around 6 o'clock. In autumn, they call it the drop of a bucket, right? Like that one yokai. It was the last person you met, Kogasa. It was a human I tried scaring. But they weren't afraid of me. Again. So you didn't see anyone in 3 hours? Right, I just took a break and read a book for 2 hours. Well, if no one was around, it doesn't really matter what you were doing. In the sky above the forest of magic, was it? That's right. The guy's out of the picture, so there's no way to be sure. What'd you do next? Well? Scare her. You mean you did what you usually do? Right, or at least I tried. You tried? Yes. So you didn't actually scare her. What does that mean? Do I really have to tell you? You do. You have to. You must. Eep! Total encirclement. No, it's not like that. Just please tell us. I failed. Yes? I said I failed. Excuse me, can you please explain how you failed? Well, I crept up behind her and shouted out. And then? He looked over her shoulder and said, "Oh, hi, Miss Kogasa." See? This is why I didn't want to say it. So, Kogasa, you never laid a finger on Momiji. If anything, I wanted to make myself disappear. But I managed to make some small talk, but I already told you about that. Well, at any rate, I suppose I understand your reticence now. Yes, I doubt you'll ever live this down. It's a bit harsh, isn't it? Gotta say it was rewritten again. Now, with the defendant's new claim in mind, have another look at this picture. But does it change anything? Are you dumb? While we do so, I will have my witness drag her. I will have my witness dragged. While we do so, I'll have my witness dragged from her seclusion. You've been at this for a while. This might be the last testimony of the day. You. Yeah, Kurasa's in the other room crying right now. Now then, witness, please testify again. Weren't you talking about me just now? Were we? Speaking of, you were a recluse until quite recently. And yeah, you seem quite knowledgeable about the ways of the world. I guess? She's stupid! What is that? I am speaking with the witness. Can you just stop warbling? Can you not stop warbling for even a moment? That was thoughtless of me. A crow would be cawing, of course. I'm so pissed. Alright, please try to restrain yourselves. Now, will you have this witness testify? Dude, this fucking trial's just gonna end with a massive, like, three-way fist fight. They're just gonna start throwing punches at each other. As the witness's spirit photography is the prime evidence in this case, it was for her to testify about it further. Fair enough, you may begin. Sure thing. Listen closely, okay? Look at her preening herself. Maybe she'll let down her guard. Irrefutable evidence. In this picture, Momiji Inabashiri is just beneath Kogasa Tatara. Still, I understand this single photograph lacks impact, but actually, there's more. A more convincing picture of the moment of the crime. This is her testimony. What of it? But no, she didn't tell us anything. Looks like something flabbergasting happened again. Well, that's not the point. There's something much more concerning here. Of course, the second photograph, here it is. You didn't have this before? Guys, I'm gonna fucking kill myself. Who could this be? Who could this possibly be? It's the same picture! How is this more convincing? It's the same picture, but blurrier! And with Yukari. Actually, you can't see that Kogasa looks different than Yukari. No one has more than 2 brain cells! It's literally Yuka, you're right. Might be. Yuka, well known for her purple dress. This was taken in sequence with the other picture? Exactly. Then why the fuck is it a different person? Why are you also quiet? Flabbergasting, right? Can you not simply forget this? More importantly, isn't this a complete mess? It's all a blur. I can't possibly make out anything. It could be anyone. Oh my goodness. There's nothing to be done. It is simply out of focus. And therefore, Is it utterly worthless as evidence? Oh, I wouldn't say that. First of all, look at this picture. There's no doubt it shows the events that immediately followed the first one. Wouldn't you agree? What are you talking about? It's the same thing! It's the same angle, the same everything going on. Except it's just Yukari instead of Momiji. And everyone with a brain cell can obviously determine it's Yukari. And we heard the testimony of the defendant earlier about her utter failure to scare the victim, and yet here she is, grabbing her by the shoulder. I'm sure all three of these people, I'm not talking about Hitade, have met Yukari. I know Aya has, I know Patchouli has, and I don't know if Aki and Kanon have ever met Yukari, but I know in these games she has, because Yukari's been on trial once. Or at least a part of the trial. And we heard the testimony of the defendant earlier about her utter failure to scare the victim, and yet here she is, grabbing her by the shoulder. What do you mean? She's like standing behind her! There's not even grabbing going on! These games are gonna break me. Just so you know, I took this a picture immediately after that other one. I'm sorry to say, Aya, but all my pictures are timestamped at the moment they were taken. Down to the second. You can confirm right now if you want. Damn, they really got us good, guys. I don't know how we're gonna get out of this one. I think Kogasa might be the culprit. Oh no, guys. This is fucking weird. So they are. Then these pictures were taken in the order the prosecution claims. Actually, he's right. You might need glasses. I have glasses. I don't wear them like on my computer, though. My glasses are for distance. I don't need them for short range. Looks like it. What are you talking about? In that case, I'll accept that these photographs are credible evidence. Out of focus as they are. A photo of Kogasa grabbing a hold of Momiji's shoulder. I think it's so out of focus. It's hard to tell. What an amateur! The picture was taken moments after the first. Oh, look at Kogasa back there, guys. Look how similar. Look how similar it looks, guys. Oh my gosh. It must be her. Doesn't fit. You could say it's flabbergasting. There might still be clues. Guys, call me crazy, but that might not be Kogasa. It could be anyone. Oh, it's on the tip of my tongue. I can't figure it out. I believe the characters are the player of his game are actually this dumb. Well, clearly he knows the characters are this dumb. Begin my cross-examination. Do you have any testimony to give about them? Nothing in particular. Things are going to get interesting soon. There's no need to rush, Mr. Attorney. Or are you the type who just scan the headlines? The act of yours is wearing real thin. I have time for your theatrics. And this is the picture you're speaking of. That's the one. I've already told you how the picture was taken, right? In that situation, there's only one thing it can mean. Ugh. Exactly. Do you have some kind of evidence that could disprove it? I could tell them all the truth. Everything that's wrong with these pictures, take a good look at and find it and throw it in her face. There's something bothering me about this picture. Your view of evidence, it's over. We can do nothing here. It's true. A problem with this a problem with the pictures of the crime? But did you not agree with their explanation? No, it's something else. Something else? Ooh. Ooh. They're going off with this one! Yes, the answer lies in the differences between my paper and Hatane's paper. Please do not speak in riddles. Well, you see... The answer is in the Kakashi Spirit News. Call it the diluted Spirit News or anything you like, but this picture never touched its pages, so it's clean. Hey now. Are you trying to say this picture is as fake as the story she prints in there? Hello? The third game? Yeah, making music. I never said anything like that. There's a problem with spirit photography. Not a problem. What are you even talking about? Even if it's spirit photography, you can't dismiss these pictures just because you think they're inconvenient. In fact, when it comes out to taking pictures, aren't you the one who working with lens and framing and dirty tricks, can catch only what's convenient and twist the truth? The ties is between the fucking divorced parents' quarrel. Well, you might not be wrong about that, but there's one thing I can't change. So what is it? Say it clearly. It is. Don't you agree? What with what? Never mind, reconsider. What the fuck are you talking about? Time? Right, the issue is the time the photos are taken. Just say, look at this fucking purple dress! These photos are all probably printed. These times are all probably printed on the pictures. Yes, you're right. Where's the problem? With spirit photography, you can take pictures of past events. Isn't that right, Hitade? Are you pouting? You're not cute enough to pull it off, so just answer me. Fine, yeah. All my pictures are stuff that already happened. Just one more question. Hitade, why did you stop being a shut-in? But you already know? It's because all I could put in my paper was what I found with spirit photography after learning about it in the news. So I could never break any stories. I thought I should also get photos and interviews in real time and then, Huh? What's gotten into you? You've fallen in her trap! Your Honor. Or what is it? The defense has evidence to present. Ah, yes. This is a past picture, so, like, these could be in different orders. Or maybe it's Yukari! Ata's camera. It looks like one of those outside world cell phones, and it is absolutely evidence. You can't! Why should I even hand it over? Because there are more pictures on there, aren't there? Or am I wrong? Wow! Sorry, the photo is blurred, you're right. Tade, what was it you said earlier? Just so you know, I took this picture immediately after that other one. Wasn't it? About that. And that other picture, you tried to make us believe it was the first one you'd taken, didn't you? But that's wrong. The first picture is the one you never showed us. Ah! Order! Order! What are you saying, defense? That if I look at the contents of that camera, we can find out what the first picture really was. It'll be obvious. That's just a theory. As long as it's just a theory, I won't accept this evidence. Then I'll confirm right now. If it's not there, then fine. Prosecution's objection is hereby overruled. Witness, you will show us the contents of your camera. No! No! Oh, poor Hotane. You're in no position to refuse. At this point, refusal is tantamount to a confession of guilt. Urgh! Bailiff? Yeah, I'll do it. Looks like this is the only other picture. You see now? This tells us nothing. Showing this picture would have only confused matters further. Patchy, you're so dumb. Get Remy back in here. Remy's a little stupid, but she's not as dumb as this. Maybe that's wrong. Oh, really? You're mistaken. Hey, earlier when it made us mention a umbrella-wielding character, Yukari wasn't there, and this is the reason why. Because they didn't want you thinking of Yukari. You're mistaken. This changes everything. Is there something significant in this photograph? Maybe it's not Kogasa? No, there's nothing significant in the picture itself, but add it to the others and it's a different story. The first in this sequence is the third photo we just saw. Chronologically, it is the first. I see. And the first picture we saw, it was second in the sequence. I see. And the last picture is the second one we saw. And this is what's strange about the course of events. Let me hold the place in the middle of the picture. That's all you can come up with. But this is obviously strange. In this picture, you can clearly make out the eye and lolling tongue that decorate the defense umbrella. So why can't we see them at all in those blurred photos?
Thank you.
If the umbrella had simply been spun around, then they'd simply be out of sight. Your Honor, please allow the defendant to speak. We can ask her what happened. I'll allow it. Kogasa Tatara, could turning your umbrella around hide these distinctive features? Oh, well, I think so. The tongue could be hidden behind my back if I spun myself. But I wasn't doing that. I understand, but we simply cannot take you at your word at this stage. You only trust that by spinning your umbrella around, that tongue and eye could have been hidden. That's fine. If I'm right about everything, then we're in the clear. So you see, unless you can prove otherwise, that possibility cannot be denied. But, is it really possible in the first place? That she also changed into a purple dress? What? When we put these pictures side by side, they feel unnatural. The order doesn't seem to make sense. Order? During these timestamps, this is the proper order. Yes, that is true, and that's what makes this strange. Of those three pictures is the middle one in which the eye and tongue can be seen. Hitade didn't want to hand over the phone because they might find the swimsuit pictures of Aya and Momiji. Since the shots were taken seconds apart from each other, the prosecution's theory only makes sense if the umbrella was being spun at high speed. And yet in the middle of the picture, the tongue shows no sign of swinging in the air, and there's no motion blur at all. Ack! Certainly. If the tongue was at her back in the first picture, then spun to her front in the second picture, and then spun to her back in the third. If you did something like that, the umbrella would be in quick motion when the shots were taken, and signs of that motion remain. This is breaking here now. Panfuricus. Did I say that properly? Thank you for the raid, I appreciate it. We are nearing the end of this trial. I think. I hope. How goes 2 weeks, right? It's... Okay, it works that hard. I wasn't quite sure, you know. How it goes. It goes. These games are very enjoyable. But they also break me. Because nobody knows who fucking Yukari is. All the people in court are colorblind. Shush. If you did something like that, the umbrella would be in quick motion when the shots were taken, and signs of that motion would remain. Most important emote, that's up there. But there are none. I don't care how fast your shutter is or how large your aperture is. There'd be some kind of motion blur. Go. You haven't said a word in a while, Taters. Are you alright? But then how is any of this possible? We already know the exact times when the photos were taken. Everyone is... Guys, I don't know what else is distinct between these two pictures. It could be anything. I don't know. Here we are. The words I'll finish this. You're right. We know the exact times these pictures were taken. Or seems that's. I love the art in these games. And generally the music is also really good. Some of the questioning and some of the late trials in the earlier games make me lose my mind trying to figure out what I'm supposed to present, but the games are very enjoyable. Every character in these games is, like, super arrogant. The game with bad music, that's also fair. Like, I don't know if I've played a Touhou game that's like, oh, this is bad music. These pictures are all taken as spirit photography. The first and third are very similar, but the umbrella in the second picture is quite different from the other two. We've seen Chirito, and she was smart. Well, is that true? She was mild brain. The only smart character that we've seen is Momiji, and she's been kidnapped, so that's the problem right now. The first and third are very similar, but the umbrella in the second picture is quite different from the other two. Now, let me remind you of something. Remind us? Of what? With spirit photography, you can take pictures of past events. And that means the time these pictures were taken have no bearing on what or when these events took place. Wah! Atade has been bribed by Yukari. I think, maybe. Those gays who have brain cells that isn't colorblind. She's not that smart. I'm not going to paint her as being a genius. And now the clincher. The first and third pictures, with their bare umbrella, are most likely of the same subject. The second picture is of a different subject entirely, and was inserted between them to fabricate a story. If you understand that, everything makes sense. And not only does it make sense, it's already been proven. He's dead. Well, things have taken an unexpected turn. They have. And the witness? Slumped over in the waiting room, fuming. Seems she's burnt herself out. Now, how are we to proceed? We've always denied the charges, so... The denials of the accused are hardly ever convincing. In all honesty, I have no further recourse myself. We're at an impasse. Guys, who could it be? It could be anyone. Wow, things look tense. Losing my mind. I'm gonna lose. Oh, Moichi, when did you get here? Just now. I'm sorry I'm late. It's fine, it's fine. So what do you think? Well, I rushed here as soon as I heard you were in a trial, so I don't really understand anything. Ah, I see. Let's give you the rundown. Yas is being suspected of kidnapping, but as things stand, we don't have any way to know if she's guilty or innocent, or what really happened. Guys, I don't possibly know, by the way. Even if Moichi didn't show up right now, it would have been impossible to determine. There's no evidence the witness was a fraud, and the prosecution has nothing left to investigate, so the trial's at a standstill. Favorite Touhou character, then? I kind of vary a bit. My go-to... Why is that a vile creature? Why is there a vile creature there? Personally, I lean Remy or Ron. Although the top list is kind of fluctuating slightly based from day to day. You like Seiren? Mods, can we get a ban? Damn it, I don't have mods. So then, who was kidnapped? You really haven't heard? It's Momiji. Here's my problem with Seirin. I played LOL K. Huh? Momiji was kidnapped. Hmm? Oh, these games are something else. I like this new patchy art, though. See, this is the old patchy art. It's kind of weird that they didn't update that, but they have, like, the new closer-up sprite. What? What's going on? Momiji? You talking to Yukari, and yeah. Yeah, yes? What is it? Eh? Huh? What? What are you doing here? I'd like to know that myself. What on earth is this? What on Ginsokyo is this? Excuse you, Patchy? Momiji! You disappeared for days! What happened? You weren't abducted? Me? I just got picked for a scouting mission outside Ginsokyo by the higher-ups. What? What? And, since it was such an unfamiliar place, I got in a bit of an accident. What? I was flying low, caught in the branch of a weird tree, and crashed. I ended up tumbling into a kind of cavern. It took a while to climb out of. Yes, but that all took more than 4 days? That'd be right. I think I was out for a while after crashing. I do love this sprite. So this was much ado without so that oh, it's too late in the day for me to do words. So this was much ado without about nothing. Then good grief, I'd begun to suspect as much. You lost to a manhole, yeah. Don't you try to save face now. In any case, how shall we put this matter to rest? How about Yukari? Well, a verdict would be nice. Yes, of course. I'll now hand down my verdict on the defendant. I can't read that. I'm pissed. Phew, I'm saved. I got too comfortable. Because the very first trial, I got a payoff. And then there was no payoff for like 6 trials in a row. And I was pissed. And then we finally got that Tenchi trial. And I was like, boom, we got payoff. And then we had the last trial, like, boom, we had payoff. I got too comfortable with having, like, payoff. And I'm going back to getting blue-balled every trial. Boom, I'm saved. Ah, you're welcome. At least nothing too bad happened. I'm glad you're safe, too. Turns out nothing actually happened. How did things get out of hand like this? That's just how it is. The world is full of surprises, isn't it? With that, I'll be seeing you. Oh, what a day this turned out to be. Sorry, it looks like I worried a lot of people. Oh my gosh, you got the cue correct. Pet. I wasn't worried, but I wish you'd tell me before you go somewhere like this. I'm sure I did. Huh? I told you I had to go on a secret mission before I left. I think it was about 5 days ago, near dawn. The higher up said I had to get started immediately. It was the only chance I. Oh, the mass amnesia Tokyo events, they strike again! I don't remember that at all. You really? Okay, we got this right back. That's all that matters. So this mess was all because nothing we could do about it now. Well, there's a bunch of dishes, laundry, and cleaning that had to be done at the office. We'll just call it your punishment for causing an incident and leaving it at that. What? Hey, come on. Laundry's been piling up for 5 days. You haven't cleaned anything? It's 6 days? I was busy, so. Understood. We don't have a moment to waste. Your laundry's overflowing. This is hopeless. You can do it, Momiji. New episode's been added. I don't know how to feel. Uh-oh. That's not a Hakurei. The Hakurei Shrine's new Godstone was destroyed, and a fierce Reimu accuses the recently established Mjorn Temple! The only way to sort things out is a trial. What truly happened to the... Ooh! Gyakuten? These have lots of cases. This is the third game. The first game had 4 trials? I think it was 4 or 5. The second game also had like 4 or 5. There was a spin-off with an additional trial. And then this one is probably going to have about the same. So until this is that was like the 9th trial or something. We'll see Unzun, maybe. Interesting. We'll probably just see Byakuren, but these games are weird. They're very enjoyable, but they're weird. They break me. I'm not gonna start the next trial right now, though. That will be for on Monday. You agree with the first trial? Did they really? I mean, scared umbrella rat. Like, it's just a play on words. I feel. Godstone of Hakurei. I don't know. When in doubt, it's probably Tay. It's a little late at night. It's just a little bit of a short stream. I've only been going for like 3 hours. Not even, actually. Shy. Is not a bad thing. It's very entertaining. The games are tilting at times. There's some instances where there's like there's a prompt like during a trial, like at the very end of the first game, where I'm like, I'm gonna lose my mind. And there's some questionable stuff, but like you have to like Touhou. If you like Touhou, it's very, very enjoyable as a whole. If you don't like Touhou, it's probably not gonna be that enjoyable. But I'm gonna call for now. It's late. I want to get to bed. I'll be back for more of this on Monday, and I'll be back for the usuals tomorrow. But until then, I'm gonna skedaddle.